take me through @PAM. What does it stand for? Because I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't know that it also encompasses, you said, company managers.
It's the Association of Theatrical Press Agents and Managers. So it's press agents, company managers, house managers.
Many years ago when I was just starting to get into the company management thing, a general manager I worked with said, oh, you should apprentice at PAM. And I was like, what's at PAM? And she told me, and I said, I don't really want to be in a union. That doesn't mean anything to me. And she said, that's the wrong answer. You should be part of a union.
I found out about this thing called at PAM, and I thought, oh, well, I've got to get into that.
And I think knowing that you have people outside of that building or outside of the office that can support you or say, no, you should protect yourself, I think that's also something that gives us strength.
I think all of us who are @PAM managers, we're like, I can't imagine doing anything else other in my life.
The binding philosophy of @PAM is that we keep the shows running. And press agents, house managers, company managers, we all work together. We're all a team and we support each other.
What's wonderful about press reps and about press in general in terms of what we do is it does get the story out there. You know, it really helps inform everyone about what a particular play or musical is about, and so we're all very dependent on that kind of communication.
I know that you are involved with shows sort of almost from their inception.
We do weekly ad meetings with the producers to talk about what's happening in the press world, what's happening in the advertising world. When a show starts and we invite critics, what pull quotes we want to use, setting up photo calls for production photos and B-roll and all of that stuff. I mean, I feel like we get to you almost really late in the game. Like, we've been working on a show usually for months by the time we ever meet the cast.
Press reps are incredible at getting amazing opportunities that you wouldn't ordinarily get to have, appearing on shows or doing a public performance somewhere, even down to things of like dressing you properly, getting hair and makeup involved, things like that, and really helping you represent your show and yourself the best that you can.
In the 16 Broadway shows I've done, 35 years on and off of Broadway, off Broadway, I've had such incredible guidance from the press reps. And as actors, you know, we have to do it 8 shows a week, and we need to have all the help we can get.
I can't imagine doing what I've gotten to do on Broadway without somebody like you, because of, like I said, this sort of day-to-day guidance and care that you give, and in helping me negotiate the business aspects of what is demanded of a performer on Broadway, and the way that you take on a lot of that allows me to then think about the creative stuff that I need to do.
Our job is to promote the show and to sell tickets to a show and to help the show and all of those things.
Right.
But it's also, I think, partly about protecting the cast, because at the end of the day, if we're killing you in a way that you have to miss the show at night, we're not doing a great job either.
I think sometimes I can get caught up in the sort of machine of it all. It's nice to feel like you have an advocate, because as well-intentioned as everyone can be, I think sometimes as a performer you can feel like people don't understand how much it takes out of you to do your job.
And no one's on your side. No one's looking out for you.
Right. They're looking out for the product and the big picture, but sometimes it doesn't. I've had moments where it doesn't feel like someone's looking out for you as a person. So to have somebody like you as an advocate, it's really, really important.
What's very valuable to me being a press agent is I have very direct contact with the creative people and also with the process. And I think next to being in the room, we really have incredible access.
I get to be a part of the show in a creative way that fulfills that love and that desire to be a part of theater and musical theater and Broadway and off-Broadway and everything else.
Even though I love theater, I never want to be an actor, I never want to be a producer, but I just love the idea of more people should see theater, and I can help do that. I like the storytelling. I am the guy, along with an amazing team and lots of brothers and sisters in @PAM who go out there and tell the story.
Our job is always changing. We're constantly looking for new angles and new ways to pitch our stories, making each show different, each show unique, and It allowed me to have a great relationship with the art that was being made while doing it in a venue that was more comfortable for me. Being on stage was never something I wanted to do, so having this avenue to still be creative within the theater was a real blessing to find.
House managers, they have to keep order in that house. They have to keep making sure that things are running. As far as even detailed things as far as the electricity, as far as the plumbing, but also to make sure that the backstage crew is happy and the front of house is happy, so that they can serve the people who come and see the shows.
So in general, David's the head of the fish that is the building and all of the employees at the building and how they meet both the players on one side, us, stage managers and stagehands included, and the audience. So without him, it can be a very different experience. I mean, listen, every business starts and ends with that first contact between the paying person and the people who are creating the service. From my perspective, it's you're a guest in our home. And I want you to be as comfortable as possible. So that means from the time you enter the theater, you want them to walk in, and if they had a horrible day, hopefully by greeting them, welcoming them to the theater, sets them in the right tone so that when you guys enter on stage, they're ready and they're ready to engage.
A house manager oversees everything. I mean, without somebody who can see where all the threads lead, there would be a chaos and a lot of knots.
It's customer service. I manage the building. I do payroll. I'm in-house HR. I'm a little bit of a therapist. But what I like about it the best is being in the theater. I found theater and found the people in it to be my people, my tribe, and that's where I wanted to be.
When I finally got the opportunity to apprentice with the Nederlander theater owners, I ran at it. I'm at the Gershwin Theater, so it's a humongous theater, the biggest on Broadway, and so we have a lot to take care of and a lot to look after. But it's a pretty fun job, though, I must say.
If we can prepare them and get them all set and ready and then hand it over to you, and then you hand them back to us at the end of the evening. Right. They go out, they've got smiles on their faces, this was so good, the number of people that come walk by me at the end, and they go, I can't believe, you weren't nominated for this Tony, for that Tony, for this, for that. I enjoy coming to the theater every day.
Oh my God, yes.
These are the people in our careers and in our lives that are always there. We keep revisiting these same people and it forms a family. It's such a big part of why I feel like this is a community.
Without our company managers, I think the world would fall apart.
They're right on the front lines. They are on the actual line between the producers and the actors. And so to be able to walk that line and satisfy both sides is a real gift. And they are essential to us feeling like we can do what we need to be able to do.
I just regard you and what you do with slack-jawed wonder and amazement.
Likewise.
Because you, not only do you care for the company, the day-to-day running of the show, taking care of actors, musicians, designers, technicians, you take care of contracts, car service, travel, tickets, housing, house seats, special events, special appearances, the Tony Award season, payroll, parades, parties, putting out fires, both metaphorical and literal. Have you ever put out a fire? I would not put that beyond your considerable expertise.
I'll strive.
But I think you could.
Next time we talk.
I think you could easily do that. Company management almost always is just so unstintingly generous and keeps us all focused on the end goal.
Right. Which is our job and what we want to do is make sure that you guys have the materials, you have the support that you need to do your job, or the creatives have their what they need. And I think we're all in agreement that it's for this one project, this one goal that we have to get to. And I think that it's exactly what you said. It's, you have to be. I think we're all selfish to a point because we work in theater. Right. Yeah. But then you have to be selfless to make sure that we work together and it's collaborative. So.
A lot of it is really fun. It's exciting. To go to a theater every night on a show that you're glad to be working on is thrilling. To see the audience respond. I stand in the back a lot, and though I'm not taking a bow, I'm not on stage, I feel that some of what I have done during the day contributes to the running of the performance.
We're the people who go from the office to the theater. We're sort of the only people who do that on a regular basis, so, which is a great way to interact with both the, with the businessy, officey side, but also with the creative side and why we all do this job.
So you're the liaison between everybody that's at the office, all of the producers, all the marketing, everybody, advertising, anybody who's outside of the building. You then get to represent all of those people in the building.
I feel that people kind of look at theater and just think art without thinking of the business behind the art.
Right.
One of the things I love about my job is I get to go to the office and have my business side, and then I come and see you and Susan Elrod, our house manager, and the box office and the crew, and I feel very blessed to be able to see all aspects and be a part of all of it. So.
Yeah. The fact that you have remained engaged and interested enough, because you could, technically speaking, come to the theater and dispatch your duties and not really pay much attention to what goes on stage, some of them anyway. But the fact that you still were interested would fill that company with a desire to keep advancing and to keep getting better. And it's that sort of quiet love and support that you brought to it that made it just worth coming to the theater every night.
There's a lot of balls in the air at any given moment. And I feel that what makes it kind of magical, though, is you could be doing all those tasks, say, in your office, but then at the end of the day, you have this extraordinary reward, which is you go to the theater. And for me, that's never stopped being exciting.
I was on the road for the first 17 years, and the best training for any APAM person, company manager, press agent, is be out and up road.
Broadway exists in New York, and it's very special and unique to see a show in New York on Broadway, but it's even more exciting, I think, when you take the shows out of New York and bring them to America and give people a chance to experience this beautiful art form in their own backyard.
It's a constant excitement on the road. Like, there's just something always to be looking forward to and always to be in the middle of.
Yeah.
I'm here to not only deal with all the logistics of the tour, travel, housing, rental cars, moving the company, the people from one city to another, but also I'm the accountant, I'm the HR manager, I'm the captain of fun for the company. Like, you're just all of those things to all of those people. If I do my job well, everyone else can do their job at 100% as well.
It's different in that the company manager is playing a more integral part of everyone's day-to-day life because they're not going home typically to their wife and child and 2 dogs every night. They're going back to a hotel room or a corporate apartment or whatever the situation may be. So their world is really a little more insular on tour.
And it's so different. I think literally the structure of the job is so different in New York and out of New York, because in New York you're in an office all day and then you do your lap in the theater, at night to check in with everyone. Whereas here, we're already there.
More accessible.
So it's nice because for me, I feel very much a part of the world in the theater and very integrated in that way.
Another thing that I've appreciated throughout the years is that, we're an arm of the IATSE, which represents all the stagehands and movie workers in the country, and has helped me, create very lasting relationships with some of the people and positions that I work most closely with over the years, which happen to be IATSE brothers and sisters.
We're respected by the other unions because of what we do, and the fact that they don't want to do what we do, and the fact that we do balance stagehands unions and musicians, like all these different contracts.
A lot of people don't realize, when you get a playbill, you're looking at the headshots and bios of the actors. But I would encourage you to turn a few more pages back to the staff page and see all of the people who are involved in putting a show on. There's so many other people that are involved in getting a show onto a stage.
I think it's one of the most wonderful things about theater in general is how collaborative it is and how many jobs there are that no one would know about unless someone told you that this job existed.
Right. I think even more than it takes a village in the case of theater is it takes a team. And we are a team. The company managers and the press agents and the house managers, the amount of time that we are in communication with each other to get to a common goal, to make sure that everything runs so seamlessly and none of the people on the outside see the inner workings. That's our goal, and the fact that we all share that common goal and share of the love of the theater, that makes us a very natural union. Each and every one of us couldn't do our job without the support of the others.
They're absolutely the engine that gets it to run, and that's why they are here year after year after year. There's a passion, and it comes from the love of the theater, and so you can express that not necessarily by just jumping on the stage, but by taking care of it from a backstage point of view or from press point of view or company management, and still absolutely be a part of this world that is the theater.
What APPAM has done is for me, it's always been a great, not just resource, but a true fraternity and sorority of people who really care passionately. It not only maintains a standard, it pushes a standard.
I have to give a shout out to the generations of company managers, press agents, house managers who came before me, who have nurtured and supported the young members of APPAM. Without their support and leading the way, Broadway wouldn't be the billion-dollar industry that it is today. And every day, house managers, company managers, and press agents support that mission. And that's why Broadway's thriving.